Hi there, it's Jake from KrakatoaDesignsHD, and I'm bringing you a tutorial on how I created my background because it's been requested in a suggestion on my page, and quite a few people thumbed it up kind of thing. So I'm going to do that tutorial now for you. Right, the first program I use is After Effects. So open up After Effects, and you'll need a plugin called Trapcode Form. So if you don't have that, either don't bother watching or go download it and continue watching. So you want to go to Composition, New Composition, and the width I put it at 900, and the height I put it at 1000. For the duration, you want to put 0001, so it's just one frame long. Click OK. Once you've got your new composition, you want to go to Layer, New, Solid, and make sure it's black. Make comp size. Click OK. Right, now you got this open. I'm just going to zoom out a little so I can see the whole thing. And you want to go to Effect, Trapcode, Form. So you got this little box here, and what you want to do with that is go to Base Form. Size X, you want to change it to 900. Size Y, you want to change it to 1000. And size Z, you want to change it to 0, just so it fits the composition size. Right, particles in X, you want to change that to 450. And particles in Y, you want to change that to 500. Right, so it basically fills up the whole thing. Now if you bring that down, actually no, don't bring that down. Put particles in Z, 0, then bring it down. Right, if you go to now particle, you want to make sure the size is 1, and I'm changing my colour to orange. You can basically do whatever you like on there. So yeah, quite bright orange. If I bring that down again and go into fractal field down here, open that up, and I want to change the flow Z to 50, and if I go down to F scale, I want to change that to 15. And then if you bring up the displace a little, bring it up to less than 200. I think about 100 is okay. Close enough to 100. Maybe a bit less. Just want that to render out right. No. See what 35 is like. If I zoom into 100%, you can see what that's like. So you see the gaps. And you just want to up that to make sure there's a bit more gapping. I don't know what the word is, but yeah, a bit more definition on the overlap and a bit more displace there, so then you can see there's a bit more of a gap. So I've got that at 51. I'll just round it up to 50. We've rounded down. Then I want to close fractal field. If I zoom out again to 33.3, just so I can see the whole thing, what you want to do after that is done is you want to go to Composition, add a render queue. On the output module, click lossless, go Format, PNG sequence. On video output, you want to go to RGB and change it to RGB and alpha. Click OK on that. And you just want to, on the output too, you just want to choose a folder. Choose a folder and just save it where you know you'll be able to find it later. Right, after you've got that, we go into Photoshop. Right, so once you've got Photoshop open, you want to open your template. This one's from the Epic GFX pack. It's a really good template. So you want to open up your template and open up your particles, your form kind of thing. It'll look awful like that, but don't worry, because it won't stay like that. Right, so on your particles you want to click Ctrl A, which selects the whole thing, and then Ctrl C, which copies it. If you go back into your template, And if you're using the same template as me, I've got a layer below channel sections. So I've got a layer below there, which is just a fade. Right, and then you want to click Control V. Now, you can't see it at the minute, but there it is. Right, I'm going to go Control T, just resize this to basically fill my whole thing. I'm holding Shift here, just if you didn't know that keeps the aspect ratio the same. If see, because it's particles, it doesn't really distort that much. So I do that like that, and click the tick. And if we go actual pixels, see, it's more like mine now, isn't it? Where you can see each and every particle. Mine's a bit more yellow basically because I'm not using the same render as in the one made in After Effects. That one's a lot more dark orange, but I can make it more orange if I like. So I want to go to my background layer and go into layer style. Gonna add a color overlay and make that dark, like almost black. The hex code for that is 090909, just if you want to know. And click OK and OK. If I zoom out to full screen, right, I'm gonna put my optional fade above that. That is obviously optional. If you don't have that, you don't have to bother doing it. But I'll take it off for now. Right. What I want to do now is go actual pixels. I'm just gonna double click on my channel modules to bring up the layer style again. I want to apply stroke, and the color. Just gonna give it more like a. I'm picking a color off the particles. Click OK. The size is down to 1, and go to drop shadow after that. Drop shadow, you want to lower the distance to 0, and you want to up the size to, I would say, about 30. 30. Sorry about that. Reopen that. And then you want to up the spread a little. I'll have that as 50. You can play about with any of these settings just to get it right for you. But I tend to like that kind of shadow. So if I open up my YouTube page, and we'll just have a little look at it and see what else we can do. I've got some 3D text on there, but I've got other 3D text tutorials if you want to have a look on my website, and you can have a look at that and then create your own 3D text. So let this load up. As you can see, this is a lot more dark orange. So I've got me stroke, I've got me text. All I need to do now is fade off the, change the modules and fade off the bottom. Okay, so if I open this back up, you can see we already had a fade at the bottom, and that's just caused by a layer with a 0 fill and then a black to transparent gradient overlay, and that is about there. I might add a bit more fade just to, there we go. Click OK. Right. What we want to do here is on this channel sections, basically you want to put the fill down to 0, then double click to bring up the layer style and go to gradient overlay. This one, basically we want to do it black to grey, so kind of like very black at the end and then a lighter grey at the other end, so it's like 414141 is the hex code. Now we'll do that like that. Click OK, click OK. And you mess around with the blend modes. I'll just find one that looks good. There, multiply. If you put the blend mode on multiply and click OK. Now what we want to do next is, if I put to fit screen, we want to add a fade either side of the background. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to duplicate this layer by pressing Ctrl J, and then go to Ctrl T, swivel it round 90 degrees by holding Shift, and then resizing it like so. So then it fits the whole width of the picture. You want to double click on the gradient overlay. You want to change the angle to 0. Now if we go into the gradient, we want to bring this right down here, so it's like that. Click OK and click OK. Then using Ctrl J again, we're going to duplicate that again. Double click on gradient overlay and switch the angle to 180 degrees, and it will just mimic it on the other side if you click OK. So basically that's how I've done my background, except for the text. Unfortunately this kind of background does use a lot of information because of all the particles, so it's hard to save it in a high quality. So I mean, if I show you now, if I go File, Save for Web and Devices, I don't want PNG. Give it a sec. I think you can tell it's a big file. Ideal for partners if some other partner channel wants one like this. But I'm just going to change to JPEG. And quality, I mean 75% quality. That's 873k, and you want it down to about. I mean, your quality is literally going to be. The quality is going to be 33 on this one, and if you see how bad that quality is, it's terrible. It's absolutely awful. As you can see on my background, it's awful as well. So I'm going to upload a different one. I didn't think it would be that bad, but turns out it is. Look at all that down there. So really, I advise you not to create a background like this, but because it's been requested by so many people, I just thought I'd upload the tutorial. So there you go. You know how to do it now, and yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, subscribe and leave a like, and you never know, I might be doing work for you soon. So thanks, bye.